Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today our theme is play. Play as in summer, as we are in June, and our poem tells us about June from a childhood perspective. I think we can all appreciate the green days of summer. From a child's point of view, there's lots of free time and hopscotch, baseball, and hide and go seek. We'll play with those a little bit, and we'll also play with some Tibetan yoga movements to open the energy channels. A little later in the breathing process, we're going to be doing an alternate nostril breathing where we breathe in one nostril with a direct breath and then breathe out with an indirect ujjayi breath where we contract the back of the throat. And I'll coach you through that. So let's have a seat where you can be comfortable. Let the body sink down towards the earth, rooting down, lift up through the spine, through the back of the crown, tucking the chin a bit. Feeling the weight of the body and the lightness of the body. And coming into the breath, bringing breath into lungs, ribs, and belly. And using the diaphragm muscle to squeeze it all out. A few long, firm breaths here. Squeezing out some of that toxic air and inviting in the new fresh air. Change the breathing just a bit so that you're breathing in directly through both nostrils and breathing out with the contraction of the back of the throat in an ujjayi, an indirect breath, as the Tibetans call it. Now bringing the thumb to the right nostril and closing the right nostril. Inhale directly through the left nostril. Exhale right with an ujjayi breath. A little shorter. Inhale left. Exhale ujjayi. And continue 3 or 4 more times. Then switching sides, we're going to inhale directly in through the right, inhaling through right, closing left. Exhale through left with a contraction of the throat, ujjayi. Balancing sun and moon, active and passive in the body. 3 more times. And then letting that go. Just check in with the body, take a few natural breaths. Letting that energy go from where there's more to where there's less. Bring the hands up to the top of the forehead, making little circles around the hairline as you come from the center of the forehead and down the sides to the temples. At the temples, circle round in one direction. And as you do that, relax down through cheeks and jaw. And then come around the opposite direction, rubbing the temples. Come down to the hinge of the jaw, rubbing around one direction, relaxing through the cheeks, and round the other direction. Then coming up behind the ears and rubbing on that bone behind the ears. Then trace the fingers down the muscles on the sides of the neck and out the shoulders just a bit. 2 more times from behind the ears, down the sides of the neck and out. Continuing to relax through face and throat. Then bring opposite hand, fingers going behind the opposite ear, and they will come down diagonally across that muscle that goes to the middle collarbone as the chin comes over towards that shoulder. Once again, turning the chin towards the opposite shoulder, hand rubs down diagonally, and chin turns. And one more time. Adapting everything to your own needs and the conditions of your body. Then bring the opposite hand up behind the ear, diagonally along the muscles down to the mid collarbone, and turning the chin in the opposite direction of the way the hand is going. And one last time. Then dropping the hand, bringing the chin down to the chest. Stay there for a moment. Feel the stretch maybe in the back of the shoulders and the top of the back. Maybe you massage back there a little bit. Massaging wherever feels good for you. Then we're going to lift the chin and the gaze. Let the chin be the guide so you don't come too far back, and come back down. One more time. Gaze up and chin leading back down. Then bring the chin across to one shoulder corner and over to the other shoulder corner. Next time, let the chin come up towards the shoulder, eyes go towards the side of the room. One more time on each side. And come back through center. If you have anything high underneath your hips, move that now and go onto a blanket or pillow. We're going to start with some Tibetan yoga movements. Bring the legs extended out in front of you, a little space between the feet. Knees are soft. Bring the arms wide, then slap the hands together. Rub the palms, creating warmth and energy. Bring that up over the eyes. Pause for a moment, resting the eyes. Then rubbing the fingers down the side of the face, the side of the neck, down the side of the body, coming to the inside of the legs and rubbing down, coming up over feet or toes and up the sides of the legs and all the way up. Hooking the thumbs into the armpits for a moment, and then coming back down. So we're exhaling down the inside of the legs, and then we're inhaling up the outside of the legs. Exhale down, and inhale up. Then one more time, let's open the arms, slap together, rub, warm the eyes, rub the hands down, cheek, neck, down the side, exhaling down the inside, around, and inhaling up the outside. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale up and exhale Last time, inside of legs, around the feet, and come up. Bring the arms wide. Then bring the arms over with the body as we go, ha. Inhale, ha. Inhale. Last time, ha. And come back up. Good job. This is adult play, I guess. Now bringing the soles of your feet together and leave some distance between the groin and the heels. Hands come onto the knees. Make fists there at the edge of the knees. Bring the fists up the sides of the thighs, up the sides of the arms. Then open up the arms. Fists are turned up towards the ceiling, and we're going to strike the shoulders 3 times. Then arms go straight out, ha. Then we bring the fists to the shoulder corners and 3 times strike the sides with the elbows. So inhale out, exhale, no, hold. So inhale out, holding the inhale. Exhale forward, ha. Inhale back, hold. Out, ha. Inhale, spread arms, hold. Ha. Inhale, hands to shoulders, hold. Ha. And one more time. Inhale out, hold. Ha. Inhale in, straight with elbows, hold. And out, ha. Then bring the feet wide, arms again wide, and we'll inhale up and exhale forward, ha. 2 more times, ha. Ha. And come up through center. Bring the soles together one more time. We'll do a Baddha Konasana, so bringing the heels back to the extent that is comfortable towards your groin, bringing hands to ankles or around the toes, or they could be around the shins. Tailbone goes down and the pelvic floor and the lower abdominal muscles come up a bit. Let the shoulders relax down. Inhale up through the crown and exhale over just a few inches. Inhale up and exhale over. Inhale up. As you come over this time, you might bring a C shape to your spine. A little stretch through the whole spine. And then before you come up, straightening out and coming up. Bring the soles out again to make a diamond shape. Inhale up, exhale forward. If you can bring hands to the floor, fine. If not, do what you can do. Inhale up. Big exhale down. Inhale up. Big exhale down. And one last time. And rub your hands up. Now we're going to do a side bend a little differently than usual. We're pretending that we have a puppet mistress, a very kind one, that attaches a string to the back of our hand and slowly brings that hand up, turns it, and brings it across and lets us have a side bend. Just a little bit different feeling of the movement, as if you are getting assistance in your movement from an outside force. And continue. The sun is rich and gladly pays in golden hours, silver days, and long green weeks that never end. School's out. The time is ours to spend. And come back through middle. Turn into a twist on one side, a hand coming to the opposite thigh, other hand back behind for support. Hips are grounded down and we're lifting up through the back of the crown. Come to your breathing. Let the breathing lengthen you and center you. Then the marionette strings lift the hands up and over and come into the other side. Pause as you lengthen and center once again. And one more time on each side. Arms come up and over. There's Little League, hopscotch, the creek, and after supper, hide and seek. The livelong light is like a dream, and freckles come like flies to cream. At least for some of us. I think even as adults, we can really appreciate the silver days and the green weeks. Now we're going to bring our legs straight out in front of us. Bend the elbows to 90 degrees, knees are soft. And we're going to come forward as if there is that string at the back of our crown, not quite the center of our crown, but a little farther back so that your chin stays tucked just a bit. Feel that spine getting a little bit longer, and then a bit of a jerky movement perhaps as you come over and come back up. So inhaling up, exhaling forward, knees stay soft, inhaling up. And one last time, exhaling forward. Strong through the belly as you come back up. Now the string goes between your shoulder blades. The shoulder blades are pulled together, which makes your hands come apart. So imagining that string pulling your shoulder blades together, having good posture, even as a puppet. And two more times. These are important postural muscles between the shoulder blades. Then bringing hands back behind. We'll come into windshield wiper legs. The strings now are on our knees, and the puppet mistress allows our knees to go back and forth. Then the string pulls that hand up, brings it right across the horizon and back to the back corner. Keeping that hand right at the horizon, imagining there's a string, allowing you to have some lightness in your arm as it holds the arm up. One more time in each direction as you come around. Then coming around the other way, suddenly the marionette master lets you drop down. And you drop down the floor for a few long breaths. Then you get pulled up by the string and everything turns over. You get pulled up and then everything drops down. Inhale back up. And we'll come into a lying position. As you come down onto the mat, enjoy that letting go, the loosening of the body down towards the earth. Maybe finding one place where there's a little bit of tension that can be released down. Then bring one arm up, give it a stretch with the other hand, press down through the heel, long stretch, carefree summer stretch. Arms then come out from the shoulders and feet rise up. We're going to circle legs, small circles first, feet going in opposite direction. Imagine that you have some paint on your toes and you're painting a certain color that you choose on the ceiling. And then round the opposite direction, maybe a different color, maybe the same color. Small to large circles. Then bringing feet back together, we're going to be scissors, and choose your kind of scissors. I think as a child, I would have probably done a fast scissors, but you can do a slow scissors or a medium scissors, giving some stretch and strength to the inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's do bicycle legs. So pushing with one leg forward, the other knee comes towards the chest. I think you know how to bicycle up in the air. And then back the other direction, pretending that you can ride backwards on a bike. Then bring ankles together and knees together, pushing forward, strong through pelvic floor and abdominal muscles, coming down, bringing the knees back towards the chest, and then pushing forward, a water wheel. So you're making a water wheel go back and forth, going down just as far as your abdominal muscles can support, respecting the gradual strengthening of the body. And then coming around the opposite direction. One more time. And bring the feet down. Now let's roll over onto our sides, giving some support to the head, and the other hand comes in front of the chest for support. Imagine you're doing some ballet as the top leg toe comes from ankle up to knee, bends in the middle with a pointed toe, points up, flexes, and then slowly comes down. Toe from ankle to knee, bend in middle, point up, flex, and come down. 2 more times. And then last time. Then imagining that that string is pulling you up, heel or the middle of the side of the foot, slowly pulling up one leg just as far as you don't want to go beyond your range of motion here. And then slowly it lets you down. So it's slowly bringing you up and then very carefully lying that leg back down, laying it down. One last time, up and down. Then you've got a string on your toe. It pulls your toe forward in a kick forward, and then it pulls your toe back as you point your toe back, and it goes back behind the other leg. So kicking forward, flex, kicking back a little ways with a pointed toe. And feel that helpful outward force helping you to go back and forth. One last time. And bring it back to center. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So you could just roll over. I'm going to change directions because I want to face the screen. So finding your other side, running the toes from ankle up to knee, ballerina bent knee with a point toe in the middle, point toe up, flex, and bring the leg down to meet the other one. Toe from ankle up to knee, bend, point up, flex, and bring it down. 2 more times. Trace up to the knee, plie in the middle, and up, and flex, and down. One last time. Toe to knee, bend knee, point toe up, and flex, and bring it down. Then imagining the string on the side of the foot or the heel or the ankle being slowly pulled up just within your range of motion, and then very gently being laid back down. 2 more times. Feeling yourself being pulled up, some lightness in the leg. And back down. Then the string is on the toe, pulling it forward as you flex the foot, kicking forward, and then point the toe, going back as the string pulls your toe back. Kicking forward, flex, and back, point. 2 more times. Feeling that pull forward and then that pull back. And come back through the center. We're going to come into a tabletop. So bringing the hands, wide fingers, and weight in the balls of the hands as well as the heels of the hands, right under the shoulders. Let the string be on the tailbone as the tailbone lifts and the chin lifts a bit as well. And then the string pulls the tailbone down or lets it fall down as the back arches. So let the tailbone guide the motion here as it rises up and drops down. 2 more times. And come back through neutral. Coming back towards the back of our mats, we're going to come into bear crawl, or you can just do a regular crawl like humans usually do. Make sure that your hands and wrists are comfortable. You might be on fists or on hands. Knees come up and toes are tucked. Alternate opposite hand and foot come forward, crawling forward like we imagine a bear crawling forward, and then crawling back. Giving some exercise to our back and having a little child's play. Now come into a child's pose. And if you'd like, hands along the side, curling up with the nose coming towards the chest, as if you were playing hide and seek and you felt like if you just rolled into a ball, no one would find you. Then uncurling, coming again into tabletop. Left hand is securely under the shoulder and right knee is still. The right arm and left leg stretch out and then coil in, hand and knee meeting under belly. Reach out and curl in. Reach out and curl in. Think a rubber band getting very long here and then becoming loose. Right hand comes under the right shoulder securely and the left arm and right leg stretch out. Stretch that rubber band and then let it become loose. Stretch it and loosen it. Long and curled. And one last time. We'll come down onto our stomachs in a prone position into Sphinx. So forearms are under shoulders. Take some time to wiggle the hips, get them comfortable. You can feel your pelvic bone against the mat, the front of the feet. Shoulders, shoulder blades relax down towards the waist. A little lift through the upper arms up to the shoulders, up the back of the throat. Just breathing here, enjoying the live long light. Then we're going to be crocodiles, bringing our hands to hold our jaws on either side and letting everything relax down through the back, shoulders, and down through the hips. Like a child, maybe you're watching TV, or maybe you're just watching what is going on in your world, outside or inside. It's completely relaxing down. Now bring arms a little closer together with fingers forward, right under the sides of the body, sides of the chest. And we're going to be a baby who is just managing to raise its head and look around. So as you're here, strengthening that baby neck of yours as you look around, not quite knowing or understanding everything around you. Some of your first looks around the world. Now let torso come down, arms come along the side, hands come in towards the body, stretch down through the toes, pubic bone anchors, stretch down through the pelvic floor towards the area between the heels, and the crown of the head goes forward, lengthening the spine upwards. Arms stay where they are, head, shoulders, and legs just float up a little bit, and then arms come up and follow. 3, 2, and 1, and come down. Stretching once again, long, well anchored, toes and crown reaching, float up, arms rise. You might bring the arms forward in a Superman, imagining you're Superman flying around the earth, and then bringing the arms back and come down. Now we're going to do iguana. So you're back a little bit here. My hands are wide, fingers are pointing in towards the center, elbows are at about 90 degrees. So first, just lifting up from the waist up just a bit and peeking under each armpit, just peeking back. Then if it feels all right, gradually as you peek back, bring that knee up and back. So you're peeking under and bringing the knee in the back up, being careful of shoulders, adapting any way you need to here. One more time on each side. Letting the iguana go, we're going to bring our arms up above our bodies, stretching out on the floor above. And then we're going to roll the whole body over, maybe once, maybe several times, depending how much room you have. And then rolling back. Again, all this is optional. If there's any dizziness, just stop and come back. Kids do so much better with dizziness than older people. All right, we're going to come up into a downward dog. So hands are in front of the shoulders, tuck the toes, hips rise, weight comes back over the feet. Knees are soft here at the beginning. Feel the stretch through the spine. Shoulder blades are going outwards and upwards. Energy through the inner arms and through the inner legs. Then walking forward, we're going to come up into mountain. Gaze goes up, forward fold down. Hands come to shins, fold down. Hands come just in front of the feet. Bring the hands down, knees are very soft. We're going to try to jump back here. So jumping back into plank. 3, 2, and 1. Let the knees come down. Stretch back with hips coming down towards the heels into a form of child's pose. Then coming forward into plank once again, weight right over those hands. And you might jump a foot forward and the other foot forward. See if that suits your body in a playful way. And then coming down, slide cobra. Coming up into downward dog. Another bit of play here. I'm going to jump on one foot as the other leg rises up. So jumping up and the other leg goes up in the back. Again, just a bit of play. Or you might just raise one foot up and then raise the other foot up. 3, 2, and 1. Let the left foot come center under the hips. Right foot rises up. And bring that through. You might come down onto your knee or bring it through in between your hands, coming into a knee down lunge. Align your lunge. Hips are aligned horizontally. Back hip comes forward just a bit to allow that. Arms come up in this manner. So your elbows are at 90 degrees, but your hands are down. Imagine that those strings are holding up the backs of your elbows, and then suddenly they just let it drop. 2 more times. Elbows get pulled up by the strings, and then they drop. Pulled up and drop. Now coming to the shoulders, strings on the shoulders, pull the shoulders up towards the ears and let them drop. Strings pull the shoulders up, hold it, and then just let them drop down. Imagine that outside force pulling you up and letting you go. Hands come down around the foot, once again, up into downward dog. Right foot under the hips, left foot rises up and comes through into a lunge. Coming through however suits you, finding your alignment. We're going to have 90-degree elbows once again, but the hands are going to be up. So strings on the hands that bring them up, and then they let them come down so that they are pointing down, fingers pointing down. 2 more times, fingers point up, pulled up by those strings, and then gently the fingers are allowed to drip down. 1 more time, fingers get lifted up, and then they gently are brought down. Bring the hands to the front thigh. Imagine there's a string attached to your chest, and someone is pulling your chest forward and back, forward and back, and forward and back. 1 more downward dog. Stretch back, walk forward, rub the hands up the fronts of the legs, coming up into a standing position. We're coming back to one of the energy movements from Tibetan yoga. This one is to help the prana ascend, come up in your body. Arms rise up forward, come over and back. And careful of shoulders, just bring them back as far as is right for you. 2 more times, forward, up, and back. Forward, up, and back. Then we're coming around the opposite, same path, bringing the hands up in the back, up, and over. 2 more times, inviting that prana up into the upper parts of the body. 1 last time, up and over. Then we're going to inhale, arms up, and with a ha, we're going to do a forward fold, ha. 2 more times, inhale up, ha. Inhale up, ha. And come back up. A little more action for the arms. Bring the arms wide, then bending the elbows a bit, bring the sides of the arms, the forearms and the sides of the hands towards each other or together. Then with little fingers touching, bring the hands up in front of the face. Separate, peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. Then bringing the hands up over the hair, back of fingers come together behind the head, and then hands come palms together over the head with the elbows out. And elbows might move a little bit, head might move a little bit, eyes might move a little bit in this Bollywood position. Then opening up, bringing arms together in the front, palms up. Hands come up in front of face. Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. Hands come up over the hair, back of fingers together, coming into your Bollywood pose. Maybe eyes go from side to side. Then 1 last time, opening up, Bringing the arms together, offering the palms up, covering the face. Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. Coming up over the hair, back of hands come together and into Bollywood. Imagine those with very young grandchildren have played a lot of peekaboo and maybe still are. And opening up the arms and bringing them down. Let's bring the shoulders up to the ears and back around, just to loosen up through the shoulders. Circle shoulders one more time, back, and let them stay down. Now we're going to pretend we're on a seesaw. So this is an old-fashioned seesaw. You're sitting on that long plank and there's somebody else up in the air, and you have your hands right here on the metal part of the equipment that we used to have. And then we're slowly going to come up and then squat down as we give our partner a nice, slow, easy ride up and down. You might even imagine a playmate from that time. And now we're going to do what kids like to do, which is to come down, and we're going to come quickly up so that our partner bounces on the ground. So coming down, coming up quickly, bouncing our partner, and coming up once again, one last time. I'm sure we'll get bounced the next time and bring it up. Now rub your hands together, bringing heat between the hands and some energy. Hold a ball between your hands. Maybe you feel the tingling, the energy through your hands. Then in one hand, take that ball, bring it back. Opposite foot comes forward as you throw the ball forward. Rub the hands. Take the ball with the other hand and throw it. Keeping the energy up. That ball's very alive. Throwing with one arm. Coming back. Energizing your ball. And throwing with the other arm. One last time on each side. And come back. Then we're going to do a little bit of batting. So pretending that we are playing baseball, we've got a bat in our hands. We take our batting stance and hit that ball way out to the outfield. Here comes the ball, hit it out. And one last time on this side, hit it out. Now, this is nothing you do in baseball, but we're going to do it on our non-dominant side, which is awkward. But imagine taking your stance on the other side, holding the bat, here comes the ball, and at least softly getting it out there a ways towards the pitcher. And one last time, here comes the ball, hit it out there. And bring yourself back through center. Now we're going to do some balances. So you might want a chair. We're starting with an easy one. You can always use the chair there if you would like. Hands on hips, get your foundation leg grounded down and your good focal point, energy coming up through the body. Lift the leg on the other side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then a little softness in that knee, strong foundation leg, bringing the ankle up onto the opposite thigh above the knee, maybe taking Egyptian arms or any other kind of fun arm movement you'd like to do. Maybe you do Bollywood arms or Shiva dancing arms. And then release down. Shake out that leg a little bit because we're going to do tree on this side. So again, finding your foundation line, place, grounding down and lifting up through the crown, good focal point. Bring the heel up to the ankle, foot to the calf, knee, if it's healthy, is okay. And then coming up into the thigh if you would like. Hands might stay at namaste. They might lift up into whatever tree it is you would like to be. I have oaks all around me, so I have to be an oak. And bring the hands down. And we'll do those on the other side. So starting once again, hands on hips, other leg is your foundation leg, good focal point, lifting up through the body and lifting the side leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Soft in the knee, bending that knee a bit, bringing the ankle up on the opposite thigh. Maybe Egyptian arms, maybe Bollywood. I don't mean to make stereotypes of other nations. I'm sure I am at the moment. Maybe Shiva arms, but from the point of view of childhood, I guess. And then coming up through center. We're going to do tree now. So making sure you are grounded down, lifting up through the body. Bring the ankle to heel or foot to calf or foot up to the thigh. Pressing thigh against foot, foot against thigh if you are there. Making sure you have your balance and then becoming whatever tree you would like to be. For 3, 2, and 1, and come down. Now we're going to do another one of the Tibetan breathing movements that brings the energy channels open. And this is particularly for the descending prana to open up the lower part of the body. We'll go through it once. The arms come out to the sides, then arms come up, and that's an inhale, and come down to the waist. Then weight comes into one foot and leg comes out to the side. Then we bring the foot up as if into a tree. You probably won't come up to your full tree. Then slide that foot down the leg, point the toe, raise the knee in the front, then kick back just slightly with the knee bent, and then with the heel bent coming out in front of you. Let's try it on the other side. Arms come out to side, inhale up. And you might be holding this inhale as you come back to the waist. You don't need to do it this time. This will be our goal. And we come out to the side, tree, slide down, point, knee up in the front, then back, and with the heel coming forward. Choosing one side, we'll do it 3 times. And see if the inhale and then holding that inhale through the movement until you go, you can play with that and see if it works. If it doesn't work for you, you're welcome to inhale and exhale. So inhaling up, hold if you like, leg to side, tree, slide down, point, knee up, kick back, Same side, inhale up. Hold, out to side, tree, slide down, point, up in front, kick back, And one more time on this side, arms up, inhale, hold, out to side, tree, down, point, knee up, kick back, Take a moment. Balance the sides, then finding your other foundation leg. Inhale up, hold if you like, side, tree, slide down, point, knee up, kick back, Bring the foot back, inhale up, hold, side, tree, slide, point, up and back. Ha. One last time. Inhale up, side, tree, slide, point, knee bent up, kick back, ha. Bring the feet back together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale forward with a ha. 2 more times. Inhale up, ha. Inhale up, ha. And rise up. Bring one hand to chest and one hand to belly. Knees and hips are soft. Just breathing long a few times. Feeling the energy coursing through you. Let the hands come down. Bringing arms up. The big inhale. And as you exhale, let everything come down. Let the momentum of gravity just bring you down. Then up. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Completely letting the body flow with gravity as if you were a swing coming down. 2 more times. And come back up. Coming to one end of the mat, we're going to play a little hopscotch. So you can make up your own pattern, but bringing 2 feet and then jumping on 1 foot in some pattern or other. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Find your own way of doing this. As you come up and down the mat, the next time, use the non-dominant foot to do your single jumps. And come back. Little hopscotch to bring some joy to our summer. We're coming into a brief warrior 2 here. Bring your chair around or a block, because we're going to do a brief warrior 2 and come into half moon. So coming into warrior 2 legs, grounding down, energy coming up through the body, opening through the chest, gaze reaches out over the fingers. You might flip the palms up, bring the shoulder blades resting down. Then bring the hands together with a clap. Rub them together, bring them up onto the eyes, down the sides of the body to the waist. Open up the arms, loose fists pointing up, strike the shoulders 3 times. Arms out in front, shoulders to the shoulder, hands to the shoulder corners, and strike with your elbows 3 times. Stretch arms back out for a moment. Be in your warrior 2. Then jumping forward with the back foot, bringing the front hand down onto chair or onto block. As you become a star, let that center heart radiate out, up through fingertips, out through toes for 3, 2, and 1. Soft in the knee, come down. Bring whatever props you need over to the other side. Finding your warrior 2 legs, grounding down through the feet, strong through the legs, energy coming up through the body, open through the chest, reaching out through the fingers, maybe flipping the palms, shoulder blades relax down. Then clap the hands together, rub the palms, warm the eyes, come down the sides of the neck, the sides of the body, open up the arms, fists pointing up, striking the shoulders 3 times. Then bringing arms forward, fists come to the shoulder corners, striking with elbows. And coming back into warrior 2. Now bringing the back foot forward, hands can come to the waist, bring the back foot forward and bringing the weight into that one foot, coming down onto block or to chair, reaching up through one arm and reaching out through one leg. Stability, grounded down, tied to the earth, reaching up to the sky, reaching out around the earth for 3, 2, and 1. And bend the knee and bring it down. Good effort, everybody. Let's come to a lying position on the mat and come back to a very restful version of these green days. Coming into the golden light, the silver light, the green light. Bring left foot up by right thigh, move hips over to the left, arms come out from the shoulders, foot comes up onto the opposite thigh, and right hand gently rolls the body over towards the right. Letting everything go that you can, jaw, hips, the bottoms of the feet. Breathing long. Release, roll back over. Left leg extends out, right foot comes up by left thigh, hips come over to the right, foot comes up on the left thigh and rolling the body towards the left. Let the tongue be loose, shoulders relaxed, the back of the waist soft. And releasing that twist, finding a comfortable shavasana, rest position. Knees might be tented together, or you might tuck a blanket under the knees, arranging the shoulders and the hips so that you're comfortable. Palms open to the sky. Feeling the tingling perhaps that is remaining in the palms that have created energy for us. Soft through the curled fingers. Soft from wrists up through elbows, elbows to shoulders. Relaxing through the back of the neck and the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. Back of the skull, crown open to the light. Relax through forehead and temples, jaw, the front of the throat. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of heart and lungs. The hollow organs of stomach, intestines. Relax down the back of the thighs, the calves, ankles, the bottom of the feet, soft, toes, comfortable. Two more long breaths here. Stay here if you'd like, or bring some movement to fingers and toes. Perhaps wrists and ankles turn as you come back into your day. Maybe give your knees a hug, caring for yourself through the heat and cool of these long days filled with light. And then rolling over, we'll come to a brief sitting position. May we be healthy. May we be peaceful. May we enjoy the long green weeks. And may we bask in the live long light. Namaste.
Thank you, Nancy.
Practice with you. You
Thanks.
are welcome.